Hello, I'm Liz Lumley of Finextra, and today I'm speaking to Arun Aggarwal of Swift. And we're going to talk a little bit about the upcoming Swift Business Forum in London this April. Can you talk us through the theme for this year's forum?
Yeah, sure. So we're coming up to the fourth one, in fact, and we've had nice steady growth over the last 3 years. We've reached what we think is a very good critical mass. And this year, again, responding to the major themes in the marketplace, the overall theme for the conference is doing good business in an era of re-regulation, which is clearly, top of the agenda for most organizations today. We are going through a massive phase of new regulations and a lot of change in the industry in order to be able to comply. So that is clearly the predominant theme that's out there that people are facing. What we're trying to convey, however, is that you have to course comply, you have to cope with the new regulations, but you've got to have to carry on competing and can carry on delivering good business, right? So that's the overall theme. And what does good business mean? It means both good in the sense of compliant. Compliant generally, it means greater risk mitigation, more transparency. And then on top of that, of course, there's a huge amount of pressure on the businesses to continue to deliver returns for their shareholders. So you have to be profitable, and within all of that, you have to find ways to continue to grow in a competitive marketplace.
So what type of people should attend this event?
It's quite a cross-section. Just to talk a little bit about the structure of the agenda. We start with some of the big themes, the overarching themes, and the bigger picture, almost strategic view in the morning, and we tend to drive down into more detail in the afternoon sessions. So in that sense, it's a combination of, and we have that every year, a combination of pretty senior people, heads of departments, COOs, heads of technology, heads of business lines, so that we get, and they typically will be there either speaking, we have them on the panel, or indeed attending for the bigger strategic sessions. And then it goes into a lower level of detail, so more detailed operational and technology matters come into play. So we do have a range of operations staff, technology staff, and then of course reflecting the regulation theme, there are increasingly a number of compliance officers and people from compliance departments who started to attend last year, because again this was already part of the theme last year. We expect that to grow significantly this year.
So I mean, is this event only for banks then?
Well, in fact, in keeping with the growth of Swift into most industry sectors within the financial industry, it isn't only for transaction banking. So of course that's a very significant part of our business, and therefore a significant part of the attendance. But the whole securities industry, whether it be broker-dealers and increasingly the investment management firms, have attended, and we expect a lot more attendance this year. And we have special sessions around the major securities themes. Custodians, security services providers, so that whole range is a very important part of the audience. And of course the market infrastructure providers, and increasingly we also have corporates attending as well, given our range of services to corporate treasuries.
Can you give us a preview of some of the speakers who will be presenting at the forum?
Yeah, sure. Well, we're very pleased that we've managed this year to secure the Lord Mayor, the new Lord Mayor, Fiona Woolf, to open the event, which is quite a coup, and I think is a testament to the fact that the forum has now become recognised in the calendar, in the financial industry calendar. So she will be opening the event with a talk around the future prospects of London as the preeminent international financial centre. So that's clearly already a nice opening, and I think quite a captivating theme for the audience. We move on from that into our opening plenary, and the opening plenary now really gets into this compliance agenda, and we're seeing that as being, there's regulation, there's a whole range of regulatory requirements, but compliance around financial crime is something that is concerning a lot of people. And in that opening session, again, very pleased that we've secured for that from the regulatory side, Tracy McDermott from the FCA. She's the lead on financial crime at the FCA. We have Justine Walker, who is the lead on financial crime for the British Bankers Association. In the rest of the agenda, we've got a number of very good industry leaders, be it from the banking side or the regulatory side or the security side. So really, I think the panel that we've gathered for this event continues to be a preeminent panel encompassing the various themes that we're covering, and a pretty good cross-section of the financial industry.
So how does the SWIFT Business Forum fit into SWIFT's overall community engagement activities?
I mean, as you know, our mission includes the facilitating industry dialogue and helping the industry to deal with common problems, common challenges. So we have a community mission as part of what we do. That includes working with the industry on a number of solutions, but part of it is just to help them to facilitate getting together, talking about the issues, networking, and collaborating through that mechanism. So, as part of that sort of outreach for the community, we have our flagship event, of course, that's at Sibos. But in addition, we've seen a significant demand for people to be able to attend valuable sessions much more on a local basis, and with less of a commitment in terms of time. So certainly supporting and supplementing Sibos, we are doing more and more of the local events, local shorter events, business forums and regional conferences, and there's a subtle differences between the two. But there's a series of them, and the other immense value, I think, is that we hold a number of these forums right in the heart of major cities. And certainly for the Business Forum in London, that has always been commented upon as one of the very valuable features of being able to, drop in, drop out of sessions as people want to and can fit it into their calendar. So I think that's a very important, more flexible, if you like, way of engaging the community.